In the self-storage industry, a facility with every single unit rented is usually hiding a massive financial leak. Amateurs look at a completely full building and see success. They assume maximizing physical capacity means they have maximized the business. But a facility at 100% capacity is proof that the units are priced significantly below market value. Take an operator who refused to raise rates. On paper, the facility was full. In reality, a financial audit revealed he lost $13,000 every month. This exposes the gap between basic occupancy management, which simply tries to fill empty boxes, and yield management, the practice of maximizing the revenue generated per square foot. Prioritizing physical space over mathematical pricing artificially caps gross revenue. Achieving 100% occupancy by underpricing units limits the property's total earning potential. To fix this, we have to find the exact mathematical threshold where a facility achieves optimal gross returns. This graph plots physical capacity against actual dollars earned. As the facility fills, revenue climbs, hitting a distinct peak around 85% occupancy. If the building fills completely without rate increases, total revenue drops. This negative space represents massive capital left on the table. Yield management is the deliberate strategy of operating at sub-maximum capacity. By keeping units empty, operators intentionally push the rates of occupied units higher. Intentionally avoiding 100% occupancy is the only mathematical way to ensure a facility is continually capturing the highest market demand per square foot. Executing yield management starts with restructuring the initial sale. We do this through tiered pricing. Historically, the industry has offered rate locks and free months solely as loss-leading discounts to lure-in tenants. We reverse this using a good, better, best tiered structure. Economy offers no rate lock. Good offers a 6-month lock, and best guarantees a full year. Here, stability costs more. The best 1-year lock commands an 18% premium over the standard economy unit. Tenants willingly select the highest tier because they want price predictability. They pay extra to secure their own peace of mind. Repositioning rate locks from a discount to a premium tier transforms a traditional operational loss into an immediate front-loaded revenue driver. The primary barrier to raising rates is psychological. Operators fear that if they increase prices, tenants will evacuate the facility. To calculate actual demand elasticity, rather than perceived panic, we use an equation called the delta of churn. This shows a baseline population of 100 renters. After a rate increase, the facility might see a 12% gross move-out rate, but 8% were leaving naturally anyway. Subtracting that attrition isolates the difference. Only 4% moved out directly because of the increase. This 4% actual elasticity threshold is drastically lower than the doomsday scenarios operators imagine. Stalling all rate increases to protect a mere 4% of hypersensitive tenants is mathematically illogical when you factor in the broader revenue gains. While you lose 4% of tenants, the remaining 96% absorb the $10 to $15 monthly increase. This adjustment immediately raises the facility's monthly revenue floor. The units vacated by that 4% are not a loss. They become fresh inventory immediately available to be leased at higher, modern street rates. However, applying increases requires strict data guardrails. Specifically, operators must establish a minimum pricing increase floor, typically around $7. Sending a formal letter to a tenant for a negligible $2 increase burns crucial goodwill without providing any meaningful return on investment. Operators must also avoid blanket, property-wide rate hikes. Increases should be staggered and surgical, based strictly on the current demand for individual unit types. Strategic rate increases function as an active filtration system. They constantly churn out underpriced legacy tenants and replace them with maximized market rate value. To confidently set these tiered premiums, operators critically need precise front-end data from all of their inbound sales calls. Traditional quality assurance has a severe limitation. Human managers can only manually review about 2. Tracking the middle 90% of routine conversations reveals the true breaking points of customer elasticity, rather than isolated complaints. Utilizing artificial intelligence to analyze every call shifts leadership from reacting to anecdotes to predicting broad conversion trends. It also eradicates the amateur habit of gut pricing, altering rates based on a tenant's physical appearance or perceived wealth. Without complete AI telemetry on all front-end interactions, operators are blindly guessing at their pricing ceilings instead of objectively measuring them. Tiered pricing, targeted rate increases, and full-spectrum analytics form a single, unified yield optimization matrix. This chart maps physical occupancy against gross revenue. Applying this framework shifts the gross revenue curve dynamically upward, resetting overall potential. Successful operators live in an optimal zone between 85 and 92% occupancy, capturing the absolute maximum yield. Self-storage is a strict commodity. Empty units represent available inventory that can be released at higher current market rates. Facility managers must be taught these exact mathematical principles. They need to understand the strategy behind the rate increases they execute. Educating frontline staff prevents them from feeling like corporate cannon fodder when facing the inevitable 4% tenant friction. By abandoning the 100% occupancy fallacy and trusting the data, operators stop acting as passive real estate landlords. They become highly optimized, proactive yield managers.